Welcome back to our channel. Today we review the final episode of WandaVision.
Cut the check.
I hope you enjoy it.
Cancelled. Two episodes.
That's the one right there.
This is the shit.
Well, this was the second and final episode of CouchVerse.
WandaVision series finale and CouchVerse.
Yeah, hopefully 2 episodes. We came far, came a long way.
Today we sponsored by JoJo's. These some
We're
good
not. They just so happen to be here.
No. Trader Joe's made these JoJo's, right? So you gotta eat these.
We're not getting paid for this.
We're not getting paid for this, but these cookies is good as shit. But
We're taking that out.
Only the witch that casts the runes can use her magic.
There we go.
This is chaos magic, Wanda. That makes you the Scarlet Witch.
Episode 9, finale. Series finale.
okay.
Do they still got their powers?
Yeah. They're in the head. They always got their powers.
Oh snap.
So they both super fast?
No, it's like
The fast one grabbed the other one.
Yeah.
Take power from the undeserving.
Chaos. Bishop, man, I'm telling you.
Android 17 all over again.
Well, hot damn.
You're clearly in over your little redhead. So why don't you surrender your magic to someone who knows what to do with it?
Why does Witch's fingers always gotta be black?
I'll let
Like,
you
they like
this
dip their
pathetic little
hands.
portable all yourself.
Ah, I get it. I understood that reference.
Go away. Ooh, that dude is white.
It's the wrong one.
That is a white vision. White vision.
It needs a tan. Hold on. When he speak, what will we hear?
That boy needs some color. You think we're gonna hear Ultron?
That's not James Spader. They lied.
Oh! Looks like the Prometheus alien.
There you go.
Superhero landing. She did
Touch my
Superhero
wife, brother.
landing.
She did.
Oh, this is awkward. Your ex and your boyfriend together at the same party.
Damn. I've been there.
Who are you gonna choose, Wanda?
And she can teleport and everything.
She's a witch.
Now she's gonna fight it. She ain't
It's out there, huh?
Damn. Oh, girl, use your powers.
Oh, same thing. Same maneuver again.
Like, I learned from my last mistake.
It's a lot of inside fighting.
If only you had a little more vision.
That's a good one. I'm convinced.
Did you know there's an entire chapter devoted to you in the dark hole?
Dark hole.
Ah.
That's the book of the damned. The Scarlet Witch is not born, she is forged. She has no coven nor need for incantation.
I'm not a witch. I don't cast spells. No one taught me magic.
Your power exceeds that of the Sorcerer Supreme.
What? What?
Wow.
Your destiny.
No, it does though.
In the comic, yeah,
I'm
No, it
not
does.
what
Yeah,
you
yeah.
say
but I know in the
I
comic,
am.
I'm talking about the movies, though.
Oh, really?
Again, she doesn't need a source to do her thing. She is the source.
It's just literally chaos magic.
Yeah.
It comes out of nothing.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange needs magic.
He borrows magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he borrows it.
Wanda?
The Scarlet Witch?
She is magic.
Stronger than the Sorcerer Supreme. Right in our face from a gate.
Really, anything. If you
Not only is she stronger than Thanos and gonna kill Thanos, she's stronger than Doctor Strange.
She's stronger than the ancient one because that was the Sorcerer Supreme last I checked.
Here we go with the Latin again.
We're back in the dead lineage.
Got brush up on my Rosetta Stone. They about to beat the shit out of her.
This is my man cave. Place to chillax, you know, while the missus is
It's like his basement in X-Men.
The only thing that's missing is the arcades.
You better.
You're
Ralph.
Boner?
Her husband.
Oh yeah, that's right.
How is she controlling you?
Oh snap! So he's not Quicksilver. He's Ralph. That's disrespectful. Hey, Tiana Harris, if you see this, I would like to go on a proper date with you.
Got that blue.
Very proper.
Can you see that anymore?
Hold her hand, take her on a date.
Right, as proper as I can.
Court her
Right.
for 3 months.
Right. You're keeping her from Red, Foreman.
And shut the hell up magic right there.
Ugh, that hand's disgusting.
You gotta put some lotion on her
You
hand.
gotta put some Jergens. This episode is sponsored by Jergens.
Just let us die.
He's not sponsored by Jergens.
It's sponsored by Jergens.
We're not legally allowed to say that.
We're sponsored by Johnson & Johnson.
We're also not sponsored by Johnson & Johnson. For legal purposes.
That's for legal purpose. Keep your hands moisturized.
She took it down the hex.
Yeah.
I feel like
What's his name is not gonna live?
Duh.
Like she's just opening a door.
Oh, she's opening. I'm about to say.
No, she's taking it down. Look, everything's changing back.
I mean, it's glitching. See it in and out. It's glitching in and out.
She's ripping everything open.
But she's got to keep it open to keep her vision alive.
She got to keep it closed to keep it alive. It's like all the sides is open.
I know it's to let them out, but she's gonna close it again.
I don't know.
I mean, you watched it. It's like,
Shots fired.
Wow, like damn.
Shots fired.
Like I told you I wasn't gonna do it. This is on vision.
The moment of truth.
is that Superman versus Doomsday? Ah, he loses his power.
Yeah, because the hex is breaking down. Look at it.
Super suck again.
She gotta bring back her spell. That's draining her.
What spell?
What else spell she casting that's draining her magic?
She's just sucking her magic. Like she did with
like
Madonna does.
No. Damn it, Madonna. So obviously, the person he was talking about is himself.
Why are you doing this?
The whole cameo thing.
Yes.
My program
Them said that.
directive is to destroy the vision.
When he was talking about
Use the vision. Destroy the vision.
Sight, sight. Sort of opens.
That's always been a thing in the Marvel comics. The hero always has to face the evil version of himself.
Superman did that with Zod.
Oh, we must stand the night.
True vision. I request elaboration.
He's becoming
Made him
self-aware.
self-aware.
He's becoming self-aware. Ah, his powers are purple too.
I'm like blue.
Fine language.
It's lies.
No, stand down!
You gotta shoot kids though?
They not real.
He don't know that.
Yeah.
The bullets.
Pure energy.
She took the kinetic energy from the bullet. Stop the bullet.
Yeah.
Said I got this too. Don't worry about it.
I got his auntie.
You ain't the only one.
Marcy.
Yes. Hero of the day.
I fell in prison.
I found prison.
Both are the true shape.
Are they gonna combine?
Well, then we are agreed.
Do it.
But I do not have the Mind Stone.
Oh!
And I do not.
He's gonna do a Doctor Strange over his
I
mind.
want them to be always.
Skynet.
This doesn't mean you want true vision.
This is how Skynet started.
This is the most respectful battle I've ever seen.
It is.
Paul Benny is Paul Benny. I use a Paul Benny. Chicken Paul Benny.
He's reviving himself in his whole body within himself.
I think he's releasing the memories from
Yeah.
the data files.
They're not gonna merge, but he basically revived himself.
Well,
in a
let's
sense.
see what happens at the end of the episode. Maybe they will. But he awoken third eye mind shit out of him. Wait.
told you Dr. Strange was there.
What? He's Ultron. And Lock. Oh, she's in the Genjutsu.
Yeah, Super Yumi.
Super Yumi.
Is that a Buick?
So I'm gonna walk.
I'm sorry, you have a Buick and you can fly, but you chose to walk.
Gotta check on the town.
Those boots were made for walking.
Oh, Wanda on the run. Where was she
Trying to
going?
run is over.
The cop showed up. She had to
That was the FBI. They wasn't trying to lock her up.
lock her ass up.
They was gonna lock her up.
I mean, they was gonna question her about the whole damn city being under her control for the last couple of weeks.
First of all, Wanda could wipe their mind.
Now, I'm not talking about power. You don't think they was gonna pull it and be like, hey, so what was going on?
Apparently not.
What the hell?
Okay.
What the hell is
Okay.
Hey, too far.
Chad, too much power.
He doesn't understand his power, but he will.
I told you, Chad, what happened?
Damn, you went all the way to the beginning. God damn it.
He does this every time.
No one should have all this power.
You reverse flashed us into like last episode.
Kanye wants the hell out of us.
Oh!
Scrolls.
Shit.
He's not to me yet.
She about to go to the peak.
Yeah.
She's running sword. She's running sword.
We'll take her to Nick Fury, because Nick Fury's still on the main ship.
He's on the peak. He's on the peak. He's on that space base.
See, the joint looks like a sword.
Yeah. Looks like a toothpick.
One more door.
Yes, sir.
I like that they got the scrolls. It's like normal characters now in this genre.
That's why Jimmy Woo dropped the scroll's name in the on the board.
Because they was doing they're gonna do Secret Invasion. That's what they said. But we shall see.
They've already put out the title for the show. Though.
Yeah, they. Hey.
Check, too much power.
No one man should have all.
Check. Go back.
Is this part? Is this
Go back further. Go back further. Go back.
Okay, stop.
Too hard.
He's so hard to see. All right.
All right.
This is like almost like at the end of the Hulk, Incredible Hulk movie. You can hear it.
She got the dark hold.
She's reading from the dark hole.
She's learning. You hear that Doctor Strange music in the background? And she was just learning?
Was it?
Yeah, you didn't hear that shit?
So the kids are still alive, just in a different.
So from that, they're gonna go in the multiverse of madness because she's learning. And she about to go to hell to get her kids.
And who's in hell?
My favorite.
All right, that's it.
The Jackson.
Cut the check. It's over.
Oh boy. Welcome back to the channel, people. Today we are reviewing episode 9, I believe, of WandaVision. Series finale, and woo! What an episode. So what happened first at the beginning? The battle was right.
Yeah, so you literally got all right off to the what happened on the last episode of 8.
Yeah, what's the name?
The kids was getting captured?
Yeah,
Right.
Agatha had them by the
Agatha was abusing children. This was Law and Order situation.
Child Services,
Right.
SVU. Dun dun.
Then on the mirror, window. What did we see?
The White Vision.
Special vision.
Special Vision.
Is that word dubbing home? Special vision?
Spectre vision.
Spectre. Oh.
Yeah, for the
You okay.
Did they call us division?
No, he's just saying that.
They just said
Spectre is
Vision.
white.
Vision.
No, it's actually in the comics.
Really?
Yeah.
It was Vision?
You learn something new every day.
Look, we're supposed to be covering our sources, gentlemen. We supposed to-
I mean, like,
I made a guarantee that we're gonna cover our
sources is coming from everywhere. I don't know where the sources come from.
Anyway, going back.
But yeah, we find out that Agatha is trying to drain Wanda's chaos magic.
She was jealous. The girl was jealous that she could not do magic without saying the incantation.
Yep.
Because the chaos magic, you don't need to say an incantation. You can just do it. And that's why she was trying to drain that lady. Also, she kept hinting at something that was supposed to come. She never said what it was, but we all know what it was, and it is.
Stein or Nightmare?
We were talking about the
Mephisto?
No, it's definitely not Mephisto. We thought it was going to go there, but it's not. It's the main guy with the Darkhold.
Cthulhu.
Thank you. That's
He's the one that wrote the Darkhold.
Yes.
And everything.
Yep, and then he predicted The Scarlet Witch.
For those who don't know, he is the master and ruler of the chaos dimension, where people who read them incantations and get those books from, that's where they draw their sources from. It's almost like Dormammu all over again.
Kinda.
Yeah, it's almost the same thing. Except it's not Dormammu. It's Cthulhu.
I guess speaking of Dormammu, she even got into saying like she's stronger than the Sorcerer Supreme.
To clear that up, yes, because the Sorcerer Supreme needs a magic source to draw his power from. He can't use magic without a magic source.
And
Wanda doesn't need no magic source. Her magic is literally it just comes from her. She can just create it in an instance. And bend reality, as y'all seen in this thing, in her own whim. So,
for example, remember the old Sorcerer Supreme? Draw magic from the dark
yeah. I mean, she already had it, but to boost her powers a little bit more, she had to draw from the dark dimension. But again, the magic's got to come from some type of source. Doctor Strange and others aren't just able to use magic without a source.
But the thing is, the Darkhold is made from Cthulhu, and he literally predicted it, and he literally wrote.
Oh, that's right, he did. But I think that was more so like him saying like, I'm going to create a being or something that I can be able to house. Because remember, Cthulhu is going to plan to take over Scarlet Witch, and she's the perfect source.
Yeah, because he wants to bring himself back into Earth.
Yeah. How like the Mind Stone is playing a role in this?
Yeah, it's like, what was it? She said that she has a piece of the Mind Stone in her.
I'm pretty sure the Infinity Stones has nothing to do with.
It's not that the actual Infinity Stone. I think she still has some of the energy that came from the Infinity Stone in her. That's
she was irradiated with it.
Just for the context of the MCU sake, because you know how they had to rewrite all
they got to. It's a lot of rewrites in this.
Well, I mean, we're gonna go with MCU. Like MCU did, like officially state that all of the 6 stones were atomized and destroyed. I mean, like
but they still exist as atoms in the universe.
I mean, but I don't think they're going anywhere further into Infinity Saga. I think they're like kind of finished with that. But
well, you think about it, like how energy works is that you don't really destroy energy; it just transports to a different type of energy. Even though Thanos atomized it, like there's a source of like radiation from the Mind Stone that actually gave power to Wanda and actually gave power to
that version
Rambo,
Quicksilver.
I mean, it's cosmic energy, and that's going to last forever, especially in MCU. But I'm pretty sure, in Phase of Comics, like it's not lost; it'll come back. But I feel like the MCU is done with that saga, and it's going to.
They might come back to it because there was theories saying that snap where he destroyed the atoms, where that radiation it might have caused the mutants coming into being.
There is a last like emitting radiation.
But he did it on a different planet though.
The stone,
but like the radiation, explodes throughout the universe.
Is that how they're trying to say that they're trying to introduce?
I don't know, because MCU was talking about the Eternals was going to introduce the mutants in their own using the Celestials. So I don't really know.
And it's going to pop up in Doctor Strange the
Multiverse
of Madness.
I mean, we can neither confirm or deny without the Secretary's approval in that one. But
we're getting into the whole Doctor Strange thing because by the end of the episode, we find out that Wanda took a hold of the Darkhold and she's going through it, reading it, and I guess opening up the Multiverse of Madness.
I mean, the way that the story is playing out, and it's understandable in terms of Marvel Comics, is that by using the Darkhold and learning more about it, she's getting closer to unlocking Cthulhu, and with that, Cthulhu is going to enter her body and use her as a vessel, which will make her the villain in the Multiverse of Madness.
So it won't be Nightmare.
And the only person who can tackle that person is
Doctor Strange, which is odd.
Truthfully, they can amalgamate Nightmare, Mephisto, and Cthulhu into one being.
But that would be like three different villains in the entire movie. I mean, like it's a large ask, and it's probably like amazing. But I'm pretty sure they're probably going to focus on getting Wanda in check, because she's like 2 different versions of magic. Because Doctor Strange is the order magic, and hers is the chaos. So they kind of have to balance each other out, and so I feel like that's going to play a big role.
What dimensions you think might pop up in the multiverse? Because obviously that the Darkhold is going to be one of them.
Well, I mean, like you got so many dimensions.
The multiverse. So what other verses you think could possibly pop up in these next films involving Doctor Strange and Wanda?
It ties into Spider-Man 3 as well because he's going to be in it. So that's probably how they're going to open up, bringing in Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
So the multiverse of madness, will it be that because this is also a theory, I guess, is that will it be that them traveling into different alternate dimensions and stuff within like just comic books in general? Let's say like they end up in like hell, or they end up in like Asgard and other shit, or will this be a way for Marvels to start tying in their characters on a whole nother level?
They're probably going to try to do both of that. What you're saying?
I think it's going to be a discovery, like exploration into the multiversal theory.
Because what happens if they tap into a multiverse where there is mutants?
Well, I mean, like that's the whole about the exploration theory. That's probably going to tie into the Spider-Man and the multiverse. Once they start the exploration, like things is going to change for them in the span of them trying to.
Speaking of exploration,
contain Wanda.
We seen what happened with Monica Rambeau.
Mm-hmm. She taps into more of her new powers. She's still trying to figure it out, but then she uses it to save the twins from what's his name, Hayward.
Yeah, I think that she's gonna go to where Nick Fury is on that ship and stuff. And of course, the person who's gonna teach her how to use her powers is gonna be none other than Captain Marvel.
That's right, because
I think that's where it's at. Too. I think that's where it's at, and she's gonna go up there and meet Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's gonna see that she's got this secret type of power and probably teach her how to harness that power.
I'm gonna like take a little step forward, like entering the multiverse. One of the feature events of the multiverse in the comics is the incursions. The collide of like multiple worlds brought into
that's what I'm saying.
The 616 universe and brought like heroes like Hyperion, you know, Henry Cavill. You know, the new Superman.
That's just a dream. That's just, you know, DC messes up on Henry Cavill's Superman. He decides to leave.
So yeah, obviously
there's always a space in Marvel to play Hyperion or something.
Yeah, if you guys didn't hear, there's been a lot of rumors about Henry Cavill not playing Superman anymore because DC or Sony, whatever, they're trying to reboot it, maybe into just a Supergirl movie because they're bringing in an actor to play Supergirl in a Flash movie. But we're not for sure yet. We'll see what happens.
I mean, they said that it's supposed to take place. It's just a different universe
for the Flash movie?
For Superman. So Henry Cavill is supposed to be the main Superman, but then the Superman's the same way they're doing a Batman with the guy
Robert
from Twilight.
Pattinson.
It's his own standalone Batman from the universe.
I think they're trying to do standalone films with like origin stories, so that it's
that'll explain like the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix. That's his own standalone.
Which I can kind of understand from the studio's perspective because the actors that they're using are getting like they're getting older. So I mean, like it's not like
I don't even think it's them getting older. I think that DC and the directors and the powers that be are having a hard time figuring out the direction and how to. Because these movies, let's face it, the last few movies have not been good.
I mean, like I think they're trying to play a long game because Superman. I mean, like you got the Justice League, you got Superman, and you got Batman that's been around forever. Then you have Ben Affleck playing like this older Batman, and you have Robert Pattinson playing like this Batman starting out. I think they're trying to play some sort of long game in terms of how many Batman movies they can release.
I think the long game is if that's what they're going for, is late. It's way too late.
But yeah, I guess I kind of agree with what Carl said. It's kind of throwing darts at a board and see what sticks.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they got to make money, so.
Yeah, but they didn't set up the Marvel Cinematic Universe the way they did, so that's why they're hurting right now. They kind of just rushed everything out.
Yeah, they were playing catch up.
Yeah.
With Marvel. Yeah. But back to the topic of the video.
Keep shooting off a damn topic.
Anyway, back to WandaVision.
But
this is a multiverse.
I was just thinking that they're probably gonna get into the whole multiverse of madness thing because we found out at the end when Wanda is reading the Darkhold that she can hear the voice. I think it was Billy
and
Tommy. Yeah, so she can hear the voices. So probably she's gonna try to hop different dimensions to go find her kids. And that's probably what opens up the multiverse. And Doctor Strange is gonna try to stop her.
Or make a deal with Cthulhu or whoever to try to get her children back. You know.
And there's another show that's going to be focused on the multiverse, which is Loki.
Yes.
Yeah, he does do a lot of time hopping through that show, as it seems.
Well, I mean,
I'm just interested to see how Doctor Strange get involved like this. He know like all of this is happening.
well, the time hopping from Loki probably because of the time. I forgot what they call it. The time.
Well, I know what that whole thing's about. I mean, like, but as far as like Doctor Strange getting involved in the whole multiverse and stuff, is like, is he already going through his own crisis, or is it just happens like, hey, there's some shit going on with this woman, and I gotta get involved because he might.
Well, if you think about the time development, something
Time variance.
time variance. I want to say corporation. I might be wrong. I'm sorry, but they deal with like magical events. So if somebody's doing something like too extreme in terms of magic, they lock it down like they did with.
I don't think it's magic.
Yeah,
They did it
more
like
specifically, they're the police of time.
yeah, they time. It's some things that happen that's not supposed to be. Then they correct that time.
Well,
I don't think
I mean,
it's magic based, but because it's Loki, it's going to deal with magic, of course, because of who the main character is.
Well, in the comic books, they did the same thing with Agatha Harkness, and she's like a grand like witch in terms of magic. So I mean, like they do deal with like time and stuff like that. It's more universal, but they deal with time, and then they deal with magic, and then they deal with.
They have time in their name.
They do. So I mean, like,
I think magic is just one of the main is a major aspect that they deal with, but they're not inherently just for magic. They're there to deal with time displaced things.
Well, in terms of like the law, they would be like the first defense, and then if magic got too out of hand, then the living tribunal would come in. So
that's why I'm just trying to figure out is Doctor Strange going through his own multi-jump type thing, something going on, or does he just hears about this, or sees that there's something going on and he gets called in to deal with it?
I'm pretty sure it's a response.
We'll find out because the next, if we want to connect it, the thing that comes up next is going to be Spider-Man, I believe, this November, something like that.
I think. Well, this is true.
No, Loki first. It will also tie in, I think, to this whole thing, and then Spider-Man, and then Doctor Strange too.
I think we need to recognize the fact that most of this movie will be how Doctor Strange is going to have to deal with not being able to use the Time Stone as his principal weapon, since he is a Sorcerer Supreme. That's supposed to be the Eye of Agamotto. How are you supposed to do that?
They're going to rewrite it.
They're
going to rewrite it.
And that's what I'm saying. So in the movie, there's going to be some way they're going to rewrite it. And
if you guys have been watching this stuff, you obviously seen a lot of shit has just been getting retconned. Like, again, the whole thing was Scarlet Witch. We all thought that Scarlet Witch got her powers from the Infinity Stone, and retconned that it just basically was like a jump start to her. She already had the power. It was just, once she got around the Infinity Stone, it kind of just jump started and gave her an extra boost. So Marvel's been on the tear lately, just kind of correcting and fixing things, and I think that they're going to also retcon the whole Eye Agamotto thing. So who knows? Maybe it'll be like it was a false thing, and he actually finds the real Eye of Agamotto, or they just say like, hey, there's also another time thing that you can use. It's not the actual time stone. This is what we call it. This was the actual real thing.
I mean, that's how they rewritten the Vision, because he's not using the Mind Stone anymore.
Speaking of Vision, so yeah, in this series finale, it was Wanda fighting Agatha Harkness, and then Vision fighting the White Vision.
Yeah. But in the comics, he don't use the Mind Stone. He uses a solar gem.
But
everything is just slowly being like retconned. They're like fixing and patching things basically as it goes along.
Because in the comic book, he does, like, they have to pull apart Vision, and then, I mean, I feel like scientists, I don't remember or recall who did it.
And speaking of Vision, he kind of got a reboot.
Yeah.
So now he has to.
He's still like emotionless because he's still that Spectre Vision.
But he got most of his memory back. So now it'll be like how he deal, because he's a big. What was that line he said? He was like a weapon that's easy to control or something.
Yeah.
Basically figured out like you guys were just trying to use me. And now that he knows like all this shit happened prior, he's like, all right, I can go be my own person.
Right, so he's going to be emotionless because he has to find out, he has to learn emotions all over again. Because, I mean, like before he learned it with Wanda.
We got Vision back. It ain't the Vision we've grown to love, but Vision's back.
Yeah, it's a comic book accurate Vision.
Yeah,
White Vision is
that too.
Yeah, what happened was the Hex Vision, as he was fighting the White Vision, he got a chance to unlock all of his memory files. And so the White Vision kind of became self-aware, and he just flies off. And so he's out there in the world.
I'm thinking of like, it's almost like he was like he was so sure of himself until Vision said that one thing.
Yeah, he said something about he's just a stand-in vision, something like that.
Because then he questioned himself, and then that's when they got to that whole theory thing about if a ship has replaced parts, is it still the same ship or a whole new ship?
The theory is the Theseus boat is like, if the boat rots and you replace the parts of the boat, is it really the boat at that point?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was the merging point. I thought that they were implying that, all right, you don't have the body, but you have the memory, but you don't have the sun gem. So it was like I thought they were setting up to merge, because it was like the memory vision had everything that the other vision didn't have, but that vision had everything that the other vision had. So I thought they were going to merge.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it.
And then complete each other, but then it was like, no, like I'm going to pass everything on to you and let you
I mean, with the powers of Wanda, that probably could have happened, but that's just something they just didn't explore in the series.
Oh, and obviously it was pretty cheeky of Paul Bettany, but the person he was talking about, he wanted to work with was obviously himself. That was the special cameo.
That actor's always doing that. How many times are we going to see this, Marvel? Y'all always make the main villain the exact same person as the hero, just evil. We seen this with Doctor Strange. Dormammu was basically played by Doctor Strange. It was just an unhinged. You know, it's like a thing with Marvel. They never jump into like any other type of characters. They always start with like the most easiest character, but it's always like if the hero was the villain. Like for Hulk, his first villain was of course Abomination. Iron Man. Yeah, for Iron Man it was basically Ironmonger. Like it's always just the heroes are always fighting counterparts of themselves.
I mean, there's so many villains to choose from. I mean, it's you know.
I mean, the true tragedy of this episode is Evan Peters was not Peter Mass at all.
No,
it wasn't the Pietro we wanted. I thought that was that. We all thought that was their way of bringing in
Husband Ralph.
There's no X-Men.
Yeah, that we thought that was how they were going to bring in X-Men and everything else.
I guess we possibly have to
wait. It really was just a fan casting for us just to get a pop.
We may have to wait for the Eternals to hear about that, but you know.
I mean, they say they're going to release the mutants pretty soon.
That was a joke online.
Are we going to get into High Evolutionary then? Because again, we don't know if Wanda and her brother got their powers because they just was born with it, or were they tampered with.
See, but we can't. High Evolutionary, they're going to cover that in the new Guardians of the Galaxy, because that's going to be Rocket's origin story, how he became Rocket. They're using the High Evolutionary.
And that and Adam Warlock.
Oh yeah.
All right, you guys, we just finished watching WandaVision. We will be uploading our reactions, our fan theories, and all that other stuff. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, do whatever you can, and comment. Of course, we'd love to hear your fan theories and your thoughts and things on the episodes.
And we'll be back in 2 weeks for Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yes, we will be streaming that as well. We'll be watching that and doing our theories. We're going to cover pretty much all the Marvel stuff that's happening in this year. Because apparently it's all going to tie in, so we're definitely going to be tuning in for this stuff.
Yeah, and Justice League is coming up too, if you guys are interested in seeing us react to that.
You guys was it 4 more hours?
Yeah, 4 straight hours. They said they were going to have a break in
6
the
episodes. 6 episodes.
No, it's supposed to be a 4-hour movie.
It's 4 hours, but it's 6 episodes. They expanded in 6 episodes.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what we're going to do with this.
But anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. We always appreciate you coming in and watching us. Again, like my man was saying, leave your comments. We'd like to hear from you guys. And come back again.
CouchVerse.
Yeah, CouchVerse.
Awesome.
Clappers.
I like it.
This is our sponsor for today. We got Victory Merry Monkey.
It's not our sponsor.
It's not our official sponsor.
It's a pretty damn good beer, though.
It's a pretty good beer.
Really good beer. We're just not legally.
We're not legally, and my blackness cannot commit to Merry Monkey on this one. The symbolism is it's a little troubling, but the beer itself tastes delicious. So
it's a holiday beer.
It's a holiday beer.